Hey, Colabcoaching yet again to share some wise words of wisdom for the week. It's week number 4 of the Intimate Relationship series. Week 4 usually means it's the end of the series. I'm happy that we got to the end of the series, but I'm sad that it's ending. I hope you learned a lot. We talked about the myths, we talked about the mistakes, we talked about the steps. Now we're going to talk about the lessons, especially the lessons that I have learned when it comes to intimate relationships. Hope you've learned something during this series. If you're watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next series that I'm going to do. It probably will be the last series for the year. So we're gonna go deep into this. That's the time of this recording is 2024, so it'll be the last series of the year. But so much has been said, and I hope you've learned a lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe on my series on YouTube, also Instagram, Facebook. You know the deal. So let's get into it. The question slash thought for this week is the lessons that I have learned when it comes to intimate relationships. The first thing I've learned is that the definition of intimate is only defined by the people in the relationship. Don't go to other people's asking them what their definition of intimate is, because that's their definition. That's their own unique definition, which is fine. It's okay. As I always say, it's okay to get information from people. It's different when you're actually taking that information and what you're doing with the information. You may take that information to grow from it. You may take that information and discard it. But please don't copy or emulate someone else's information that they provide. When it comes to interrelationships, you and the person that you're in that relationship with, may be with your parents, friends, your siblings, cousins, extended family, co-workers, neighbors, intimate relationships with significant others, you and that person have to make that decision of what they consider intimate. Sometimes intimate could be something as conversations. Sometimes intimate could be something as what you're doing in the bedroom. It all depends on what you define as intimate, and make sure you and that person are defining it clearly, concisely, and you agree upon that. Now, it doesn't mean that the definition doesn't change. It just means that as the definition changes, you and that person are having a conversation about that. Always, always, always communicate. I'm going to keep saying that. Always. And also listen to that person as well. The second thing about intimate relationships, that the lessons that I've learned when it comes to intimate relationships, is that there are times when you have your intimate relationships, but there are times when they have to expire. They end. We all hope that once you step into a relationship, that we have that relationship forever and ever and ever. But sadly, some relationships are there for you to learn experiences, and then they have an expiration date. They end. I'm not saying what you're going through now is going to end. I'm not saying that what you had in the past ended for a specific reason. I don't know. You and that person only know. But what I do know is that sometimes when they do end, you have to realize that they end. So we, especially me, I've gone through situations where I try to fight extra hard to keep relationships going, and they don't need to. They don't need to. That person made a decision to end the relationship. Don't go back. Don't try to fight it. Don't try to state your case. Don't try to get closure. A lot of people say you need to get closure from your relationships. You don't need to. Forgive and move on. Learn and move on. Now, these are things that you learn as you go on and continue to grow in your life and go through those experiences of life. But you have to let things go. Let the expiration date be the expiration date. You can't revitalize something that's dead. And sadly, relationships do end and they die. And it's okay. It's okay, because then you have great relationships that do last long, and you create new relationships that will last forever. It just depends on you and that person, how much you guys work on. Some relationships are there for just lessons. Some relationships are there for just experiences. And that's okay. That's okay. We have to learn and put different relationships in different categories, because sometimes certain relationships are not meant to be long lasting. Some relationships are supposed to be short term. You just have to determine whichever they are, and be accepting of whatever it is. Period. Finally, not last, but one of the last lessons that I learned when it came to intimate relationships is that intimate relationships are forever growing. They are forever growing. Don't think that because you have established what's established in your intimate relationship, that's it. That's when you or your significant other have to be continuously open for whatever situations may be. For example, you or your significant other started dating, then you got into the engagement part, then you went into marriage, then you went into children. That's just an example, but things in life changes. So you have to be able to be willing to go with those changes, learn from those changes, communicate during those changes, and realize that because things are changing, you have to continue to grow upon what you and your significant have decided within that interrelationship. Don't just say, well, we did this in 2020, so we have to stick with the things that we did in 2020. That's not true. It's 2024. Grow with the times. Technology advances, relationships advances too. So please don't be stuck in your ways. Because if you are stuck in your ways like I did, you will lose relationships because you think that it has to be one way when realization that society changes, people change, nature change, everything changes. So you have to change your relationships too. Not to say that you have to change in a bad way, but you have to change to go along with the changes that are already happening. Hope that makes sense with you. And of course, if it doesn't, message me. So to keep this as simple as possible, the lessons that I've learned when it comes to intimate relationships. Number one, the definition of intimate is different with each relationship. Make sure you and your significant other in that relationship are clearly defining what intimate means. It could be something as simple as conversations could be intimate, or whatever happens in the bedroom is intimate. Make sure you define what intimate is in your relationship and continue to grow from there. Second thing is that some intimate relationships have expiration dates. They don't need to be revitalized. You don't have to address them again. You don't have to go seek closure. You move on, grow from those experiences, and realize that some relationships are short term, some relationships are long term. Understand that life is just the way that is and accept it for what it is. Finally, the last thing is that as things change, as society changes, as nature changes, as the whole world changes, its relationships will change. Don't be stuck in one way of thinking when it comes to your interrelationships. Allow yourself to grow, cultivate, and learn as you continue to progress in life, because as things are changing around you, so should your relationships be. Not to say for a bad way, but also in a more positive way to establish growth and longevity in all your relationships. Simple as that. So if you're struggling with this is a hard thing to concept, a hard concept for you, is a hard thing to wrap around. I'm here to help. Of course, share this with people that are struggling with this as well. And if you need more help, go to my website, yourcolabcoach.com. Sign up for that free 15-minute coaching session. Free isn't free. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about when it comes to relationships. Also, sign up for that 15 minute that fill out that checklist, that relationship checklist on my website, so you know exactly what you want to talk about when you talk to me. Facebook Colab Coaching, Instagram Colab Coaching. All my series and all my videos are on YouTube, COLAB Coaching. Finally, I wrote an amazing book, Fresh Eyes Solve Problems Easier, the Self-Love Relationship Project. This is all about self-love, my journey. This is helping your journey, and this is just allowing you to love yourself more. It's available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. It's an ebook on Kindle. It's an audiobook as well, wherever you find books. If you can't find this book, let me know. But this is me. Write a review. Tell me what you thought about it. If you liked it, great. If you didn't, great. Just write a review so that I can grow and we can grow together. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. As I said before, share this with anyone that's struggling with intimate relationships. It's a 4-week series. You can go back and watch all the videos you can, information that I've shared, and on to the next series. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Be safe out there.